Man, I don't know if I'm pulling off this look, but a part of me kind of just wants to walk around town on this.
Me too. I know I'm pulling off my look less than you are.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, man. Old people, they kind of
Not
fit
old.
in with weird stuff now.
I was born with this hair. It's part of my family.
Yeah.
If you see hair like this, you know I'm part of the family.
Yeah, you see hair like that, you know people are tossing coins at you.
I wish they'd toss some more. I seem to be getting pennies thrown at me, and
Yeah.
pennies and batteries.
Hey, toss some Bitcoin to your Witcher. How about that?
Exactly. I mean,
How's that?
any kind of those coins.
In this economy? Come
yeah.
on. Just a little slice of the pie.
Yeah.
We're worth it.
I think so.
Sure. This is Halloween. Sure. Anyway, this next one is it's from the book that we mentioned, True Ghost Stories, Real Haunted Ouija Boards by Zachary Knowles.
I like real Ouija boards instead of the fake ones.
Yeah. This is called The Face on the Ceiling. And if you're a fan of these stories, again, make sure you go check out the book. If you're a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, download it for free. Leave a review. Let them know the Freaky Deaky sent you.
You know, I think the CIA is involved with Kindle Unlimited. It's a misinformation program.
Christian, for someone that does not believe any conspiracies, you have the absolute weirdest, most outlandish conspiracies of anyone I've ever heard.
Hey, do your own research.
Sure. 9-year-old Sam and his sisters were a group of kids who liked to mess around with Ouija boards. That was your first mistake, Sam.
That's about the age I messed around with one.
Look what it did to Christian, okay? Let him be a lesson for everyone. Is that how you want to end up? Good God. Sam, get your life together. One night they did just that, but it ended up being pretty boring, with no responses to any of their questions whatsoever. After about an hour of nothing scary happening, Sam and his sisters gave up and decided to call it a night. Sam went to bed like usual and fell asleep quickly, but in the dead of night, he suddenly woke up to a freezing room. Always a bad sign.
Yeah, that's really bad.
That's a bad sign. Yeah, if you're breathing, you're like, oh, I see my breath. This can only mean one thing. Or I guess technically it can mean two things.
Mom and dad lost their job.
Forgot to turn the heat on.
Yeah.
Or there's a ghost of some kind in my room.
Maybe a demon.
Maybe a demon or the devil, as we may find out.
Right.
Shivering, he glanced over at his bedside clock and saw that it was midnight. Curling up tightly in his blankets, he rolled over onto his back to stare at the ceiling. Looking at a blank surface was his favorite way to fall back asleep. I know that because people are probably like, Sam, what's your favorite way to fall back asleep? And he's like, you want me to list them out for you or just give you my favorite?
Yeah.
They're like, just give us your favorite. Like staring at a blank surface.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know why you do that, though. Your mind would create random things in a blank surface.
Maybe
especially in the darkness. You know,
Yeah.
like that Black Mirror stuff that people play with.
Maybe it was a way of like just focusing his mind on something that.
I mean, I guess I've done that. I guess I've stared at the ceiling. It's like, what are the other options? Counting sheep?
We don't count sheep in modern days.
Oh, what about counting your mistakes?
That tends to be a big thing that'll people.
If you
do.
have anxiety, that's your number one thing. That's how you go back to sleep. I remember this thing I did. I remember when I was 7 years old and I said this to that one person. I remember when I told my dad that joke and he didn't laugh. And you're like, it's fine. I'm just going to go back to sleep.
Yeah, that doesn't usually lead to sleep, though.
Yeah, just remember that, people. I wasn't trying to take a dark turn with this fun Halloween episode of ours, but you know, sometimes a PSA is necessary.
I thought we were talking about the devil.
I guess, yeah. So never mind. I guess maybe I lightened it up with anxiety and self-deprecating humor. But a blank surface was not what Sam saw. Sam was horrified to find a face staring down at him. He turned into Sean Connery there for a moment. Sam was horrified to find a face staring down at him from the ceiling, hovering above. He never had much of an imagination, but upon looking on it, he knew it must be the devil himself.
Wow.
Lightning sounds. I guess thunder sounds. People are going to be like, lightning doesn't make sounds, Scott.
Well,
when it strikes a tree, it does.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
when it strikes a human.
Yeah, so shove that right up your shorts. The face looked exactly like the color of dried blood. It looked so much like a skull, its red skin stretched so tightly over it. Sam was sure it could rip at any time. The creature had no legs, but Sam could see a muscular torso behind the frightening face. Good to know that the devil's still jacked. Its eyes were not eyes, but burning lights that penetrated down at him. 2 horns snaked out the front of its forehead. Petrified with fear, Sam lay quietly while the devil smiled down at him in a malicious, even ghoulish way. He could see and hear the overtight skin straining with the grin.
Wow.
Creepy. It's quite the visual. Sam couldn't think of what to do, but he knew he couldn't stare at the creature any longer. He was like, dude, don't you know that I love staring at blank surfaces? You're totally killing my vibe, man. I can't go back to sleep. He closed his eyes and began praying that the thing would disappear. He heard no sounds, but didn't dare open his eyes. After what seemed like ages, he fell completely asleep. The following morning, Sam was relieved to find the bedroom devoid of devil-like creatures. That is a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Everything looked in order, but when he glanced over at his bedside clock, he saw that it still read 12 a.m. The digital clock wasn't flashing like it would be if there was a power outage. It had simply froze. Curious, Sam pulled his favorite watch out of his desk drawer to check the time. The watch also read 12, down to the second. Sam didn't tell anyone about his encounter with the devil for 10 years. To this day, the memory remains as vivid as if it had been the night before. Spooky. Spooky, spooky.
That's an interesting one, but again, kind of a waking one. Like, so maybe the devil is in our dreams all the time. Maybe that's where the devil walks, through our dreams.
Yeah, there is that, that theory that you can't make up, or that your mind when you dream only pulls from memories.
Yes.
Like you can't physically make up a face or something like that. I forget. It's been so long. It may have been 100% debunked at this point, but I remember hearing it once and being like, what? Because as soon as I heard that, I'm like, well, what about all my nightmares, guy?
Yeah, I see what they're trying to say there with that, but it feels to me more like the dreams are something different, and the images that we put on those dreams is more from our reality. Like, who knows what's going on, but we have to put a face on everything, or, we have to fill in the blanks.
Sure.
Just like we do in real life. I mean, half the things that we see around us, we don't even really do anything with. We just fill in the blanks. And maybe that's the same thing happening in the dreams. So maybe
you're saying our entire waking world is nothing more than a Mad Lib.
Yes. And our dream world. It's all fake.
That's great news. Hey, happy Halloween, everyone. No. But again, dude, another story where the devil appears to a child.
With horns.
What if it was like what was that? What's that show I'm thinking of? Supernatural. Where you're not familiar with the show, right?
Not very. I'm familiar with it. I just haven't watched it.
Essentially, a yellow-eyed demon is going around and he's picking certain children in these lineages or whatever to be a member of the devil's army or his army or something. He's building some. It's been a while, but he's building some hellscape army. Let me adjust my mullet, and so these people find out later when they're, I forget what age they turn, but they find out that they're part of this plan or whatever. I'm like, what if it's something like that where the devil goes after people that have, and it would make sense. Maybe it's a cinematic sounding plan, but what if the devil is going after people that had high callings on their life, right? They were going to do something that would go against the kingdom of Satan.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's this person down the line is going to really screw up my plans of world domination.
So we got to
freak him out early.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be, who's to say, really? But if I was writing a movie about it, that's what it'd be.
Right. And
I am writing a movie about it, and that's what it is.
And that makes me wonder, are you writing the movie, or is the devil?
Or is the movie writing me?
We're all in a movie, man.
Hey, we're in a movie right now.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to break the fourth wall real quick?
Yeah,
fine.
I do.
Yeah. I'm getting a text from my wife, which is usually not a good sign.
We'll wrap it up, baby.
It's fine.
I've been there before.
It's fine. I'll be right there. I don't think she's going to watch this, so if you want to trash talk your daughter, now's the time.
No, I don't trash talk, man.
That's a good call. See, I was trying to set you up. Trying to set you up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The devil has not visited me since that one day.
You trash talker, he just might.
Right. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Happy Halloween, everyone.
This is Halloween.